Well, this is a long time coming. Normally I leave this as an update in the episode itself, but given some of the subject matter I have to go into here, as well as the fact that most of you just skip to who loses and just exit the episode to begin with, I'm gonna have to dedicate this to its own separate video. So, why has Revolt in Magic Kingdom took half a year to come out? Well, I have a few reasons behind this, which I'm gonna have to be going into today. Well, for starters, let me go into a reason that has plagued the camp since, 10A, which is the fact that I have a life. Shocker, I know. But yeah, after 10A's upload, I've been starting to have less time in the real world to actually work on episodes, and any free time I've really had after that, I've just generally been tired and generally unmotivated. It's the main reason I had to downgrade the camps to a mostly script format at 11B, but even then, it kind of was hard to really keep things going. I kept going because, I want to see this plot reach its conclusion, since it was something I actually worked on, full conclusion and all, that I wanted to show to people. It's motivated, to say the least. And despite everybody kind of riffing on how I write things, it's something I'm proud of regardless. But that's generally not the main reason that things have went this slow this time. That will go to the other thing. Alright, but life step aside, as that's not the main reason this episode got delayed this long. This next part is going into some pretty serious subject matter, which I should have just explained the moment it happened. So I apologize for such. I've never had to do one of these kinds of explanations before, so I really didn't know what to say, and given the fact that they returned immediately after it happened, given the fact that I lacked any context as to why that was, I really had no idea what to say at that point. But now that I have knowledge on the situation, I feel it's worth me going into it now. So the person I'm going into today is Buddy Rock 123, former host of the camp with several important plot characters under the belt. I go into them because after 14A's upload, I got worded some very deplorable shit they did from someone who I'm leaving anonymous, which I had to fire Buddy for. Put into simple terms, for the past few years, Buddy has been writing things akin to Supa's Challenge 10 entry, with some very deplorable topics involved, as well as using other people's OCs as the characters in them. I am very concerned he had the right mind to do any of this. It got to the point where they left the internet, most likely due to people in their respective communities calling them out. Now, I mentioned the exile part because a week after they left, before I can explain anything on the server, Buddy returned, removing the apology from their bio. Given my lack of knowledge of the situation at the time, aside from what I got from the one person who informed me what they did to begin with, I really didn't know what the hell to do at that point. So, as I've been peckering on the episode for the past half year, I really didn't know what to say, as this was something I'd have to explain whenever Revolt actually came back. I didn't really know what to really explain at that point without potentially treading on ground that got resolved. Now, for what I've gathered from the info I have, nothing really changed whenever they came back resolution-wise, but apparently as of recent, Buddy's been trying to improve themselves. I do not condone any of the shit they did that caused their filing, but given the fact that they've been at least trying to make an effort to change, I'd recommend you guys not harassing them. So yeah, the main reason for the delays for this episode was due to Buddy's filing, as I really don't know where the hell to go from here. And heck, I still don't know either. This isn't even going into the plot stuff that Buddy's filing has impacted. As I mentioned at the start of the segment, Radioactive and Windbomb play major roles in the plot, which at this point in the game cannot be replaced by any other character. Windbomb was supposed to have a major role in Merge and was a part of the cast since the beginning, and Radioactive has had several episodes building up to him showing up in the plot, and was supposed to be a major driving force behind Picture Plug's character arc. Something I can't replace with any other character due to the history these two have due to Picture Plug's challenge. Now, I know people on the Discord are just going to say, nothing's wrong with Simple Camp, why not axe the plot, that and that. But in truth, the plot's the main reason I've kept Revolt in Magic Kingdom going for as long as it has. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the plot is something I was proud of and wanted to see to the end, but after everything that happened, I'm not sure it's something I can do anymore. At least not in the state I was in it since the start. It's just an awkward state of limbo where I don't really know where to go at this point. And that just about covers everything. In truth, I'm still not sure where to go from here. Motivation issues aside, I know people still want to compete in this, and I don't want to disappoint them. I'm gonna give it a good 2 weeks, maybe 3, to come up with a final verdict for this. But until then, take the elimination round seriously. The results of that will matter for whatever the final verdict is, be it either the camp continuing in some way, shape, or form, or an accelerated way to determine the winner. I know I'm probably just going to be ripped on a Doubles Empire or something whenever I drop this, as what normally happens when I do anything that isn't just drop the Revolt Magic Kingdom episode. It's generally why I'm afraid of talking about my camp nowadays. That said, I just ask for you guys to actually take this video seriously, given the whole subject matter and the fact that this stuff has been eating away at me for the past few months. I appreciate you guys actually listening to this to the end if you actually have. And I'm sorry that the future of this camp is going to be uncertain going forward. Thank you for everyone who's been following me for this long, though. It means a lot.